Good morning everyone and welcome to Let's Shop Cake Live with me, Tracey Mann, and my lovely daughter Kelly.
Hello.
I'll give her a quick intro to make sure she's awake. So good morning everyone, welcome. We are on early today, so it's 9:30 instead of 10 o'clock because I have to go and do a wedding this morning. So it's the last wedding of the season for me and I'm going off to deliver that at 11 o'clock when we finish. So that's why we're on a little bit earlier today. So I just want to say thank you very much to everybody who has been shopping with us over the last few months. We have been extremely busy. We are going to give you a bit of an update on the post office shortly, just so that you can kind of understand the procedures and what you're going to need to do to check where your post is. As ever, we are going to continue to dispatch on Monday morning with our post, but we are now warning you that from probably Tuesday onwards, the chances of you getting your post before Christmas may well be in jeopardy. I'm not going to say it won't happen, but I'm going to say it might be jeopardised. That's a good word, isn't it, Kelly?
But
shall we use this word?
Yeah. But we have things today that are not just for
exactly.
Christmas.
We are looking at other things today as well as just Christmas. We are moving forward and we're looking at some New Year's ideas today as well. So we're going to look at some ideas for you to make at New Year. So if you don't get your parcel before Christmas, you can be busy doing things for New Year, can't you?
Yeah.
So New Year's parties. So we are moving things forward as well as looking at the final part of Christmas. So obviously you all know and understand that we send all our post out through Royal Mail. Now Royal Mail has been on strike and well, lo and behold, it was on strike again yesterday and it's going to be on strike again tomorrow. And you think, well, why is it on strike tomorrow? It doesn't delivered anyway, but it is the sorting offices that are going to be affected tomorrow. Add in the train strikes, which we all know about, and that is also how your post gets moved around the country. So you can imagine that it is quite a catalyst of problems that are resulting in your post not getting to you. And I think we all know, because I'm posting about it continuously on here, to say please be patient. Please, please, please be patient. It is not our fault. We are sending everything. Everything has been sent. I think we've literally got 2 orders outstanding that came in yesterday. So if you are waiting for an order from us, it is in the postal system somewhere. And I've seen various videos online showing pictures of the sorting offices and how busy they are. And I'm very lucky that I actually have a post office directly opposite me. So I'm able to get the most up-to-date information as possible from him. And he is able to tell me exactly what's moving, what's not moving, when the postman's collecting, all of these things. So I am able to give you the information from the post leaving us. Now, when the post gets out of this area and heads off to Scotland and Wales and all these other places that everybody has their post from, you will need to contact your sorting office. So if you're waiting for your post and you're ringing us saying we haven't had our parcel, the first thing I'm going to say to you is go and ring your post office or speak to your postman, because they will be able to tell you what the latest information is at their post office, which is where you live, and that's going to be the most up-to-date information they can get you. So if the postman turns around to you and says, as mine did the other week, I'm only delivering Friday's mail and it was the following Thursday, then you know where your post is, how many days back it's going to be at least, before you start ringing us up and saying I haven't had my post. I am doing everything I can here, so everything we are sending rapidly now, so the minute the order comes in we send it straight back out again, so there is no delays here at this end, and if there is we will tell you the reason why. Maybe we're waiting for something to come in, a dust or a cutter and all these other bits and pieces, but we are having some difficulties with Royal Mail at the moment. Now other people then ring me up and say, well, I've had everything from Amazon, and I'm sure that you have, because Amazon have their own completely separate system. So Amazon looks very successful at the moment because they're getting lots of their posts through with no problems, next day delivery. Well, why can't Tracey do next day delivery? Because we're using Royal Mail. We're not Amazon. I wish we were, but we're not.
So Royal Mail have this guaranteed signed for next day by 11 o'clock, so I don't think they can even guarantee it.
Exactly. So anything, even if you want something really, really quick and you ring up and you say, I need it for tomorrow, and can we put a special, you know, and what is it, special delivery, signed for and tracked at £7 something or whatever it is.
No, it's like 11.
Oh, it's more than that now, it's 11. don't bother, because it's not going to happen. It's not going to get there in time. All we can do is post out your order, and we are doing that. And I just want people to know that we are fulfilling everything that we can possibly do at our end. So we are keeping track of everything, and we are trying as best we possibly can to get everything out, but we haven't got tracking on all the post. And that's the next thing, is that we have something called proof of postage, which means we have an individual slip for every single person's post that's gone out through the post. Now, some people, and these are the people with very higher value, sometimes we track them just to keep an eye on where they're going.
High value orders.
High value orders.
It's just said high value people.
High value orders, not people. What am I talking about? High value orders. That's the word I'm looking for. So if your order is of a higher value, we have got some tracking on it. But I'm afraid for everybody else, it is a free-for-all with the post office. But please understand, please look at the post, please just see that it isn't just us, because it's an awful thing for us to feel that our customer service is being let down because of the post. We did look at going into Every, and we did look at using other postal services, but when we spoke to them all, they were so overwhelmed that it just seemed crazy to step away from the Royal Mail. So that's why we stayed with Royal Mail, because things are still moving, although it is completely painful at the moment. So please bear with us on that. It's not something that we're doing deliberately. It is something that's just going on at the moment, and just have as much understanding as you possibly can. I know I'm going on about this, but if you knew the number of emails I'm getting saying haven't had my stuff, I know about the postal strikes. My recommendation to you is please contact your local sorting office before you come back to us, because then you'll be able to find out exactly what's going on locally in your area. So if you see the postman, and you might see him today but you won't see him tomorrow, grab him and say, what's it like at the sorting office at the moment? Is the post coming through? And he will be able to, or she will be able to give you a much better idea as to what's going on in your area than me. Some of it is illogical. We've got post going to the same direction, and then it's just all over the place. So who knows? We just can't explain it. And we are aware that people are waiting for their Black Friday parcels. They still haven't arrived. They were sent out on the 28th of November. We're now on the 10th of December, but they are in the post and they are on their way. So please just bear with it all. I know I'm going on a bit about this. I'm going to move on very quickly, but please just bear with it, because we are doing everything we possibly can. So number one, keep waiting. If you expect it to come next day, no chance whatsoever. It will come within, I would imagine, 3 weeks. Next port of call, please speak to your postman locally and ask them what's going on at the sorting office to see if post is moving through, and they'll be able to tell you how many days behind they are with everything. Okay, and then point 3, then you can come and talk to us and we'll see if we can do everything we can. But obviously if we had to send out all the orders that were missing at the moment, we would be repeating our entire mail order at the moment. So just please hold on and wait. We will do everything we can, but just please be patient. Right, we've done the Royal Mail bit now. Let's get on to the more fun part. So we're here till 11 o'clock this morning, because I said I've got to go off and deliver a wedding cake. So we're going to start with the lovely school. So
which
next
is something we don't post,
which is something
there
you
immediately
don't need
there for you.
Yeah, you don't need the Royal Mail for this part, so we're all right with this bit. So next Saturday I'm going to be live again at 10 o'clock, and next Saturday is going to be completely devoted to the online school. So we're going to be looking at next week everything that we've had from the school this year, and we're going to be looking at all the stuff that's coming, or some of the stuff that's coming next year as well. So if you are interested in the cake school and finding out more, including the beginners cocoa butter painting challenge for January and February, and the cupcake bouquets that are coming, all these other bits and pieces, we are going to be fully discussing that next week. So 10 o'clock next Saturday with me, it will be all about the cake school. So we'll be talking about membership, we'll be talking about painting challenges, we will be talking about cupcake bouquets, we're talking about wedding cakes, the new designs that are coming. So I've been recording like crazy for the last, well, certainly the last 2 or 3 weeks. So I've got 5 more classes ready to go for next year. So they will be coming in throughout the year and talking about the benefits of the gold membership, which lots of you have already joined, which is brilliant. Thank you very much. So we'll be talking about the benefits of the gold, silver, bronze and Sugarcraft membership as well, depending on what sort of thing you like to do. So we will be going through all of that as well. So that is us next Saturday. So, and also how to price your cakes, one of my favourite classes, which will be coming back at the end of January. So I've fixed a date for that now, something like the 25th of January. Kelly's going to look it up for you and we'll put a link up for that as well.
At 6:30.
25th of January at 6:30. So that's our how to price your cakes. That's going to be back on again at 6:30. So we're live today, live next week at 10 o'clock, all on the school. Then we will be taking a break for Christmas. So we will disappear, won't we, Kelly?
Yeah.
Behind my Christmas tree. We're going to vanish behind the Christmas tree for at least 2 or 3 weeks. And then when we're ready to come back onto Let's Shop with lots of ideas for Valentine's Day, we will start to come back on again then, but there will be less lives in January whilst we sort ourselves prepare ourselves for the rest of the year, sort ourselves out and get ready with all the other bits and pieces that we have going on here, including especially the beginners cocoa butter painting and the school and all the other bits and pieces. So just bear that in mind as well. Okay, right, so I think that's it from that point of view. I have got, oh yes, before I disappear off the cake school, anybody who would like to do the cake school, we do have, and these are Royal Mail free, downloadable gift vouchers. So if you would like a downloadable, take note, gift voucher of the of the cake school, then you can get them on this site. If you go into cake painting, I go onto the school and go into cake painting, you'll find the gift vouchers are in there. And if the gift voucher isn't quite the amount you want to spend, then let us know. Just drop me an email and say, oh, I'd really like a voucher for, and put the amount in. We will generate one for you and that can then be used against the cake school. So if you would like to have a go at some of the cake classes, but you would rather do it later on in the year and somebody's asking you, what would you like for Christmas? Then we can generate you a voucher that you can just pop the code in when you're ready and purchase a class from the cake school. Now we also have cake vouchers for Let's Shop Cake Live as well, which are available. They're also downloadable and don't need to go through the post, and they are for the cakes for Let's Shop only. So Let's Shop Cake Live has its own vouchers and the school has its own vouchers, and they cannot cross. Just bear that in mind. So if you enjoy shopping on here and you like to buy all the products, then you need the voucher from Let's Shop, which Kelly's putting a link up for now. If you enjoy the school and you would like to have some lessons, then there is a voucher there in that part. We can't cross them over because they're two different companies, but there you go. So 2 sets of vouchers available in whatever amount that you like. I think they're up for £25, but if you want to have more or less or a different amount, just get in touch and we'll happily sort that out for you, no problem at all. Okay, so we will see you back here at 10 o'clock next week for mainly the cake school. Okay, right.
But for now,
and also I tell you the other thing that works really well with those downloadable vouchers, they're called husbands, because they don't ever get any orders in on time, do they?
No.
We have a flurry of people at the last minute, all men usually, saying, oh, I need a present, oh, I should have got a present. So anyway,
they go down to Pandora and
they go to Pandora.
The ugliest thing that they sell, even though they don't usually sell ugly things, but they found the ugliest
They've managed
thing.
to find it anyway. So we normally get a surge of people ordering downloadable vouchers just before Christmas, so they are available now, and Kelly's put the link up for you, which you're welcome to copy and paste and send in a text to your nearest and dearest and then see what happens. Right, okay, let's move on. So this week in terms of lives, I'm going to be doing one on patchwork cutters, but I haven't agreed it with Marion yet, so we will sort that out later on in the week. But this week we did this one. This one is large snowman and Christmas tree. It's really sweet. It's a very nice cutter, this one. So this is, there we go, there's the large snowman and there's the large tree, and they both come in the same set, which is called, ironically, large snowman and tree. Kelly's looking for it now, she'll find it in just a second. So this one here, again, I've used a pale blue background. we've pushed them in there, and then we have painted them. So if you're looking at it and thinking, well, I don't know how she's done that, then you will need to join a Facebook group called Patchwork Cutters Club. And in there you will find in the featured section of that page lots of videos me showing you how to paint the patchwork cutters. We've done the reindeer, we've done the igloo, I've done, oh gosh, I've done loads, haven't I? Cute characters, Christmas tree and parcels, all sorts of different things. And I decided this time I would do a pink tree rather than a traditional green one. However, if you want to do a green one, if you go onto my YouTube channel, you'll find on there all the instructions on how to paint it as a green tree. So there you go, you've got 2 options on there. We've also used our pink Christmas tree sprinkle mix on here. So this is our pink Christmas tree sprinkle mix. There we go, for those of you that have bought them to make Christmas trees. And I've put some of the little snowflakes on here, and then I've stuck some of the little balls on there as well. So we kept it very pastel, very neutral. And then these snowflakes here are part of this set here, which is called Stag and Snowflake, which is another patchwork cutter. So I pinch these out of this set and I use those to go on my scene as well. So these are not in this set. This set is these 2. And the little bird, I think, is in there. And then the snowflakes are from Stag and Snowflake set. Again, on YouTube, there is another video on there that shows you what I've done with the stags in a blue cake last year. So if you want to go and have a look at how that's done, then pop over to the YouTube channel. But it is an alternative tree from this one, which I did about 2 weeks ago, which is the Christmas tree and parcels. Let's move that over there a little bit. There we go. So you've got 2 completely different options here. So you've got a more traditional one, even though it's pink, on the left hand side, and then something a bit more kind of modern on the right hand side. So the one on the right hand side is called Christmas trees and large parcels, I think it is, something like that. Is that right?
Christmas tree and parcels.
Christmas tree and parcels. And
parcel.
Parcel even. And then the one on the left is called large snowman and tree, isn't it? Something like that.
It was parcels, I'm very sorry.
Parcels. I thought it was parcels. There's loads of parcels. 3 parcels in there.
And then you need cute characters.
And then this little chap here is from Cute Characters. And again, we've had a bit of fun with him over the last few weeks. We've popped him on a cupcake as well. So he's a really sweet little character that you can move around and put on different things. So we've been using a lot of patchwork cutters to create all sorts of different bits and pieces over the last few weeks. And there's the little snowman from Cute Characters as well. So if you fancy a different type of snowman or one that fits onto a cupcake, then this is part of Cute Characters set, which is a very, very sweet little set, isn't it, Kelly? We sort of fell in love with that one a little bit. Also, patchwork cutters, before we leave patchwork cutters, I don't mean leave it as in not come back again, but, you know, no more today. We have the Christmas pudding. So the Christmas pudding is also part of a set of 2. So it's a very large Christmas pudding. And then there's the small Christmas pudding that fits on top of a cupcake, and again that is a really nice one to sit and paint. It's ever so easy. Instructions are on patchwork cutters, and also I did do a version of this again on the YouTube channel, so if you want to go across and have a look at the YouTube channel, you will be able to find it on there as well. So lots and lots of different things with patchwork cutters. They are lovely. We've had a right laugh with these this year, haven't we? We've done some really nice decorations with patchwork cutters. I'm just going to move these out of the way and put those over there. It's been quite nice actually, because I've had a bit of time to actually paint them rather than my usual panic to we must do something for the live and then have to do it then. So it's been quite nice to have a bit of extra time. Now the other thing we did on Tuesday night, we went live and we did cupcakes on the Tracey Mann cakes bit. So we have loads of questions about this, and every week it's the same, and I keep saying this. So we do lives on Tuesday nights and we do it on this page. We don't do it anywhere else. But every time I come off the live, I see people on this page, on Tracey Mann cake demonstrations, going, I can't find you. It's always this one. It's never anywhere else. But we're not doing one this Tuesday, so don't look for us this week. We're going to be doing Patchwork Cutters Club in the week this week. But we did do a live this week, and we looked at cupcakes. We did festive cupcakes this week, so we're going to just show you what we did on those. Now last week we did a wreath, didn't I, Kelly?
Yeah, of course you did.
Of course you did. So last week we did little wreaths, didn't we? So these were the ones I did last week. So this one and this one. So this is the new one that I did on the live. So what I've done here is I have used the snow globes. We've used the tiny little images from the mini snow globes. Do not get confused, although I'm going to show you what you can do with the large ones shortly. But they have used the mini ones for these cupcakes, and we've just cut them out. There's set 1 and set 2. Set 1 has got all the reindeers and penguins on them. Set 2 has got, I'm trying to find a set 1 and 2, but I can't find one.
Set 2 has teddy bears, gingerbread men, gingerbread houses and a cottage.
Thank you, Kelly. You're very good at this, aren't you? You can come back again.
From memory.
Then also we moved on from this live and we did these ones as well. So I'll bring these in so you can see them. I'm just going to take that down for a second so you can see them. So we have got here the owl, which came from the Haunted House set. And that is something that we had back in October. It was part of a set with a haunted house, an owl, and a cat, wasn't it? And we've taken the owl and we've turned him into a bit of a hedwig. So we've turned him into a white snowy owl, popped him on a branch and stuck him on a cupcake. This was using transfer sheets, and we do talk about transfer sheets quite a bit on here. And then we piped little tiny candy canes on there as well. And then this one here, we also did transfer sheets. This one is called Cozy Christmas. This one is called Holly and Canes. And then this little chap in the middle here has come from the assorted Christmas, is that right?
Christmas minis.
Christmas minis. Do you know, I get live and I can't remember the name of anything. It's a chocolate mould and it has about 6 different designs on it. Lots of little middles. We talked about these would be good for an advent calendar. If you were ever going to make your own advent calendar, it's a really good mould for doing that. And Kelly will put a link up for it.
It's got bells, trees, boots, Santa's head, a snowman and a wreath.
There you go. So lots and lots of little tiny things that you can put on there, which is really nice. And then if you see the bows down here at the bottom, that's also the bow mould that we had this year, which again I painted red. And you can watch this video back. So if you want to see it going, how these were all done, you can watch it on,
Follow along.
On YouTube, and it's also on
Tracey Mann Cakes.
Tracey Mann Cakes. Thank you, Kelly. Very good. The YouTube video, when you go to my YouTube channel, you need to click on the videos that say live at the top, because that's where all our videos are. When it says videos, it just means the ones that we've put on ourselves. Then there's the live ones that have been running live like today, so you have to look for that particular section. Now we're just going to run one short video just to show you, hopefully if it works, on how to do the transfer sheet centres, just so that you can get an idea on how to do them. So I'm going to just show you how to do the transfer sheet centre. So these are the transfer sheets. They are great big large sheets that have a cocoa butter pattern on them, as you can see. So this one here has got little reindeers, stockings, all sorts of things on there. This one has got holly and candy canes, so you can see that on there. And what I've done is I've just taken my cutter here, put it onto the transfer sheet, drawn round it, and created myself 2 little circles. Now if you feel the transfer sheet, on one side it feels rough. That's the side that the pattern's on, and that's the side we've got to put our chocolate onto. So the chocolate that we're using is Calabao, so it's a Belgian chocolate that has been correctly melted. So we have a video on YouTube that you can follow that shows you how to do this. It's full power, 30 seconds, and then it's 10 seconds stir, 10 seconds stir until it's completely melted. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the chocolate out of here and I'm going to pop it onto the transfer sheet like so. Just spread it across like that. Give it a second. I'll do the same with this one. And then I'm going to move them. Now I'm going to move them so that I get my circular shape back, because at the moment sort of the chocolate's going to set sort of straight over the top of my whole design, and I would like it to be a circle. So if I pick it up like so and then just move it, I will get near enough a circle. Now I've got, I'm going to be piping around the edge of these, so they don't have to be completely perfect, but if we can get them as round as possible, then that would be great. Another thing you can do is isolate elements of the transfer sheet. So I've got some chocolate now in a piping bag, and I've literally just taken off the very end, sorry for the camera there, very end of the sheet. And all I'm going to do, rough side up, just check, is just pipe over the top of the candy canes. So I'm just going to pick those out
like so. And this will make me little tiny chocolate candy canes. I'll go across there, like so. So I need to make sure my nozzle isn't too thick, otherwise it will pick up everything else around it. And I just want to pick up the little candy canes, or some of them anyway. So I can go around like that. I've done this once before, like I picked up little tiny penguins, if anyone remembers that cake. If you don't remember that cake, it's on my YouTube channel, so you will be able to go across and watch it. Then if I wanted to pick up anything else, then I can obviously go through and just pipe little bits and pieces there until I've got everything I need. Then this lot will go to the fridge and it will stay in there for about 20 minutes.
So hopefully that will give you a bit of an idea as to how transfer sheets work. So we sell Calabao chocolate here, which is what we like to use. And we have got that in 500-gram packs of milk, white and dark chocolate as well. It is a really, really nice chocolate. The dates are far enough forward at the moment as well that you would be able to use them for Easter if you get anything left over. As long as you keep them sealed, you won't have any problems there. Right, let's have a look at the other set that we did during that particular live.
Just show the bow mould.
Oh, I've got to show the bow mould, have I? Right, there's the bow mould.
Someone wanted to see the bow.
Demonstrated by me. This is the bow mould. I'll put it quickly under here so you can see it. There we go, that's the bow mould. Okay, so it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 24 bows on one mould. So it's quite a good mould for that. Okay, let's go back and have a look now at the other cakes that we did on Tuesday evening. More cupcake ideas for you. So here we go. So we have got here, this is the Christmas bauble. So this is another chocolate mould, and we painted that with the lovely iced pink sorbet, which is an edible art colour. Here's our new mini gonk. Here he is. He's been in various forms, but he is, I've got him in a red version as well over here. Actually, I've just spotted that. Let's bring in the red one. So we've done a red one and we've done a pink one with him. There he is. So that's the new mini gonk, like so. He also looks like a Dumbledore, doesn't he, if you do him in blue? We talked about that. This is the mini mitten, which comes in a set of 2. And then there's the mini snowman, which comes in a set of 2 as well. So there's lots of different things on there. We've got a large gonk and we've got a small gonk. I had it in my hand a minute ago. What did I do with him?
Which one?
The large gonk. I just picked him up. I walked over here with him. I've put him in one of my magic places again. Did you see me?
It's there.
Oh, there it is. Okay, perfect. I knew I picked it up. Right.
I'm trying to catch up with everything you just
That's
said.
okay, don't worry. That's the large gonk and that's the mini one. So there's 2 different sizes of that. They are separate because we release them one after the other. And so some people who had already gone out and bought the large one, we then introduced the small one by request, I hasten to add. So people were asking for a small gonk and that's why we did it. So we didn't do it for any other reason other than the fact it was requested, because we had no intention of doing a small one because I didn't think it would work, but actually it's come out quite sweet. So there is a small one as well. And we went pink Christmas on this. We thought we'd try and point away from the traditional looking Christmas as well. We did a very nice pink Christmas tree this year and that has been very successful. So it's to give you lots of ideas as well, including things like that's our famous Christmas tree that everybody has seen. That's one there done in milk chocolate. And the edges have been dusted with bright gold, which is a very nice Wonder Dust from Sugar and Crumbs, which we happen to stock and we like, don't we, Kelly? We're very keen on those. So we've got a few Wonder Dusts in stock, but what we're going to do now is we're going to have a little look at some more ideas for Christmas. I'm just moving things out of the way. So we've got some actual space, which would be a miracle. Okay, before I go too much further, I want to show you this little chap. And we all remember the little reindeer that we made. He is so sweet. I have managed to find some boxes to hold the reindeer. There it is. They're really...
Do you think you could probably fit the Santa in there as well?
Which one?
The big Santa cookie, that one behind there.
Where am I looking? Oh, I don't know. I haven't tried it. No, he's too big. It's definitely a reindeer one. So I found these little boxes this week. So if anybody's making reindeer cookies and they want to just present somebody with a little cookie in a box, then this works quite well. This is the gold shredded paper. I've only got a very limited number of supplies of these boxes because we were testing actually for Valentine's Day. We weren't testing for Christmas at all. It's very typical with us. We try these things and then go, well, actually that works really well with this. So the little reindeer, this is a clear lid. So if I take the lid off, you'll see, hopefully you'll see anyway. I take that off. There it is. You can see. So it's got a nice little clear lid on it, and then you can just pop that over there.
Are the boxes on here?
Yeah, they are. They're in new products, I think, somewhere. Kelly's looking for them. Or they're definitely in Let's Shop. If you go to Let's Shop, they're in there. So those boxes are in packs of 2. So if you do want to get those, they come already assembled. I'm going to flip it over so you can see. So they're quite robust, these boxes. They'd be quite good if you were sending something through the post, I think. So if you are tempted by that, they are quite good for posting out. So that's the new little reindeer boxes. So we're going to have a look at some of the cutters we've already got that we've had before, and we're going to obviously just either refresh or recap on some of the bits and pieces we're going to do. We're going to start with our cookies. So we're going to start with some that you may remember. Remember this one to start with, which was our mug cookie cutter. So this one is one that we've had before, and we're going to just dress that up for Christmas. So once we've done that, we're then going to do some New Year's ones as well. So you've got the opportunity to do something for New Year's.
So if you order your New Year's things,
yeah,
they'll likely come for New Year's.
They'll likely come for New Year, won't they? We'll do the Christmas cup first though. So what we're going to do here, let's turn this back down again. So we're going to use one of our sheets, which is the Santa and Reindeers. I'm going to bring it up close. It's Santa and Reindeers? Yes, it is Santa and Reindeers. It's very, very sweet. There we go. Like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use this as like a bit of a template, or you could even use this as a template. It's entirely up to you, because obviously once you've made your cookie, it will spread a little bit. Not usually huge amounts. It ultimately, Kelly, it depends who's making them, doesn't it?
Yeah. Usually when I do them, they don't spread.
They're
When Mum
perfect.
does them, they
Oh,
spread.
just stand back and wait for it. So I'm going to just go around the outside edge of my cookie, I think, and just make life a little bit easier today for myself. Along there, down that side, up to that point there, and we'll cut straight
Can I
across.
say another thing about these sheets?
Mm-hmm.
If you're making gingerbread houses, these would make good roofs.
Yes, they
No.
would.
So you can just put a bit of royal icing down or mount it onto a bit of sugar paste and pop that on top so you have a patterned roof.
That's what we did last year.
Yeah.
Have we got any plastic side scrapers up there?
Yes.
Okay, because I just want to cut
For
this
you,
across.
always.
Oh, you're so lovely.
Do you want a big one or a little? Got a long one? Or I've got little ones?
Oh, it doesn't matter as long as it's not wet, because it'll pull that pattern off. It's right. I'll just dry it off, because otherwise it will bring the pattern off. Don't get any water on these sheets, will you? Because otherwise you will have a problem. Right. We have been doing various little short videos on TikTok this year, which have been quite successful for reminding people how to do things.
Did you make a reindeer?
I haven't, do you know what? I just haven't finished it because I've just been so busy with these weddings in the last 2 weeks. We've had 3 weddings in 2 weeks, which for this time of year is unheard of. And it's thrown me a little bit, I have to say. Don't forget you peel off the backing paper here. So I'm just going to bring that back to there. Yeah, so I'm a little bit behind with everything this year. But what we'll probably try and do is record a few more in the next week and get them up onto TikTok. We do post our TikTok videos onto Let's Shop, but if you join TikTok and then follow us, you can then pick up the videos really quickly. They're ever so short. They're not full of huge amounts of detail, and there's no talking. It's usually a bit of random Christmas music, and then it's just a quick kind of this is how you make it sort of thing. It's a very quick video. So I've done all this. I've taken that off my sheets. I've got this lovely space here, and then what you can do with this is then put this back into the plastic bag and seal it, because what you'll find with these sheets is they can react according to sort of, it gets quite humid. Obviously it's not very humid at the moment, is it? It's freezing, so the sheets should be behaving themselves, but if you leave them out they can change because they will pick up the atmosphere that's around you. So I know when we were sending these sheets out early September, that when it was still really, really warm, we were having a few difficulties with them getting wet and stuff, but now we've kind of passed that bit, so it should be fine. Right, so there's our biscuit. and that's the bit that's going to sit on there, like so. We're going to pop that onto a bit of sugar paste. I'm just going to trim it down marginally, a little bit more, just so it's not hanging off the edges quite so much. Trouble is, if I start trimming things, that's when things start going wrong, isn't it, Kelly?
Oh yeah.
Don't trim anything. It's like a novelty mug, like that's what
a Christmas mug.
Well, I'm just saying, like we've gone to a Christmas market and gone a bit mad and bought a mug, haven't we? Do you know, I keep thinking I've got something on me, and it's this jumper. This reindeer's hairy reindeer.
Oh
I keep looking down thinking I got fluff on me. It's not. It's this silly jumper. Right, okay, so we'll give this little bit of sugar paste a knead to start with. Now we're going to use royal icing to stick it on. We do get lots of questions about royal icing. We do have royal icing recipes on our cake school. So if you want to join the cake school, you'll be able to get access to all of those on there. So let's move that out of the way for the moment. We'll pop that in there, and we'll just give that a bit of a roll out to start with. Let's get that going. You don't have to put it on a bit of sugar paste, but I just find it sits a bit better if you do. There we go. It's only a little bit. Just holds it in place a little bit better. There we go. Like so. And then we'll just put a little bit of icing sugar down. There we go. So it's moving around. Now we'll take hold of this bit. We only need the lower half of the mug. We don't need the whole thing. So I'm just going to pop it in there like that. Give it a bit of a wiggle. Like so. Turn it round. Take that out. And then I'm just going to use my cutting wheel. I'm just going to remove that section there because I don't want the handle in there. And I'm going to cut, just check I've got the right thing here. Oh, it's going to come out smaller, isn't it? But that's okay because we can stretch it, no problem. It's come out the same size as the cutter. We can just take hold of this and just expand it a little bit. Just send it that way. As long as we get the right shape, it doesn't matter, does it? There we go. Perfect, you see? It's a winner. Right, okay. I got away with that. Right. Okay, we're going to take a little bit of water on a paintbrush and we're just going to go across there like so. Grab this and we're going to put, now I've taken the plastic backing off. You've got to remember.
That's very important.
Very important. We don't want anyone to get a nice mouthful of plastic backing. It's not going to be very nice, is it? And we'll take that off like so. I'll just trim around the bottom there just because I'm being fussy and I can. Like that. And then we're going to stick it to the cookie with some royal icing that's had some water added to it.
Do you need any water?
No, I've got it all here. I've got brand new royal icing this morning.
Oh.
I know. I treated myself. I thought I can't bear to go through a live with royal icing that's not as wonderful as it is when it's just been made. So I thought, right, I'm making some this morning. So a little bit of royal icing and water in there. There we go. Go across to the cookie and we'll just paint that lower half there like so. And then we're going to grab our little reindeer part of our cup, so that's the bottom of our cup, and then we're going to take hold of a little bit of this white. You could do it red if you want to, and we're just going to roll it out and make a bit of a handle. So we're just going to take it and just start rolling out like so. Just get a bit of a handle going. Okay, let's see what we've got. Yeah, we don't want to make it too thin. And then we'll just take our plastic side scraper and just chop that bit off at the end. And then, so I always do this on a knife. No, I just need a smaller brush, that's all, because this brush is huge. And just take a smaller brush and just, in fact, you could just pipe it round if you wanted to, but it's just easier just to dab a little bit of icing in place.
You can always dust it with a...
You could pipe it if you wanted to.
You could pipe it. You could put it through a... What are they called again? Sugar gun.
Sugar gun. Okay, we'll just cut through that. Take that bit
Does
out.
royal icing keep up to 3 weeks if it's in a sealed glass? I can't remember if it's 3. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, don't put it in the fridge. Okay, there we go. Right, so we've got a handle, so we're getting there. And then for the top, obviously, we're going to imagine that's whipped cream, aren't we, Kelly?
Yes.
So,
I'm
where's
not
that?
a whipped cream girly.
You don't like whipped cream, but I don't. It's okay, I don't mind it. I prefer Mr. Whippy, as we all know. I'm going to find...
Let's just pretend it's a whole mug full of Mr. Whippy.
A whole mug of Mr. Whippy, something like Green Country stuff. Is there a palette knife over there? Can you see one? I've done so much washing up that... Yep, thank you. Right, let's grab this. Right, let's put some in a bag. So we're going to use Wilton 18, which is a nozzle that we've been using loads before. I'm just going to pop it into this bag here.
Quite a good nozzle.
There's Wilton 18. We have this one a lot. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do some swirls on top of this mug cake here. So this is our kind of whipped cream thing. So we can just do little ones, or you can do big ones if you want to, or you can vary them. So you can do some small ones, some large ones. She's appeared. I know she's going to give me sprinkles. I knew you were going to give me sprinkles, Kelly. Okay.
Do you know what you could put in them?
Go on then. Yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just give me
right.
a second. Just come.
This is what happens when we start going live, you see. She'll be over with something else in a minute, won't you? So I'm doing these different sizes. Some of them are quite big, some of them are quite small. You can go over them a little bit. Well, I did think about those, but I wasn't sure.
Oh.
You could put a little penguin in there if you want to. You want to put a little penguin in?
I don't know, just a couple penguins might be quite no.
Well,
She's not a fan.
it doesn't go with my reindeers.
So
Okay. Right, then we can put some little snowflakes in here. We've got the frozen blue sprinkle mix here. So we can put a few little sprinkles on there. There we go. Do we have glitter and things like this?
yeah, of course.
Of course, silly me. I've just got some nice big stars in there as well. This is like a Starbucks special, isn't it? They'd probably call this, I don't know, what would they call this? I don't really, you know, what are all those funny Christmas drinks they have? Cause
Do you know, I can't drink from Costa or from Starbucks this year because they only have like, all their hot chocolate is like praline and
oh God, no.
praline hazelnut, I don't even
Don't go
know.
in there, I shall worry. Okay.
Yeah, because I went to get hot chocolate for them.
Oops.
And I went, ooh, chocolate orange, and there's Toblerone hot chocolate as well. And I was like, oh.
Right, I'm just going to put a little bit of glitter on there. Not that we have that much glitter on cream, but we like it anyway. So there we go. So that's a Christmas mug for you using the mug cutter, which we've had for a long time, but we thought we'd bring that back in today so that you could see an updated version of that. So that is a nice Christmas mug there for you. You could put a little flake in there if you want to, or any of the other...
You could put like you could even write the name, like royal icing pipe over the top, someone's name on it.
Yeah, you could have this as sugar paste and write their name on it. All sorts of different ideas that you can do with that. So there you go. All right, so that's the mug. Now, the other ones that you're going to be familiar with, that I'm going to bring in now, you'll go, oh, I've seen those before. So we're giving you some New Year's Eve ideas now.
This is for your New Year's parties.
This is your New Year's parties now, everybody. Get organised. So this is the bottle cookie cutter, which we will be familiar with, and also the Prosecco glass. So let me put those there side by side so you can see those. And we did these earlier in the year, round Jubilee time. We did wine and we did beer in the bottles. Now we've got new champagne labels, of course we have. Here they are. These are the champagne labels. So I'm trying not to sneeze. I think it's the icing sugar's getting to me today. Right, there we go. So these are the new champagne labels. All right, so I'm going to show you and remind you how to do the bottles. So we're going to start off with some sugar paste. So for the champagne bottle, we need it to be a bit green, don't we?
Can I side note? I think everyone might know, but the hot chocolate mug is also quite a good beer mug.
Yeah, it does. I think that's what it was originally set out for, wasn't it?
No, I think we did it originally. Oh yeah, we were gonna. No, I don't remember. Father's Day? I can't remember.
I can't remember what we set it out for.
Did you put the wine glasses on?
Yeah, somewhere. We just find them.
I love it. Yeah, somewhere. Oh, look in cookie cutters as well.
Have we got any more leaf green? Can you go and grab me one off the shelf? I think I've used it all again. Pretty certain I have. Yeah, I have. Okay, while that's going on, so these are the champagne labels. So these come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. What's that? 20 labels. Okay, so it's half a sheet that we've done here for these. So I'm going to turn that round, and you will get half a sheet, so you will get this part here. Thank you. We love this colour. I am obsessed with this. Right. So we're thinking New Year's Eve now. We've moved on.
Christmas is done.
Christmas is done. Well,
New Year's resolutions are about to be set, so you
Yeah.
may as well eat as much sugar and
As
cookies and
possible.
chocolate as possible.
have you got the smaller scissors anywhere? I'm going to cut these out with my enormous.
Here.
I don't want to cut. Oh, that's better. Right, so these are the champagne labels. So all you're going to do is remove a label. So don't forget you've got to peel the backing off. Very important. Like so, and then it's up to you then. You can either just cut the label out as is, or you can cut round the square. I think what I'll do, what shall I do, Kelly Mann?
Cut around the label.
Yeah, I think we will. We're just going to cut around this label then. So just go around the outside edge of it. Like so. So all it says is champagne. Trying to actually find one with the word Prosecco on is a nightmare. There must be something copyright with the word Prosecco. I don't know what it is, but they are very, very difficult to get hold of. I can't find one anywhere. I can find champagne, but not.
Is Prosecco a brand?
I don't know, but all I know is that trying to find a label with the word Prosecco on seems impossible. Whereas champagne, as long as it doesn't say a branded name, because we can't sell anything that's branded, then this seems to be okay. So I'm just going to take this backing paper off because it's driving me crazy. There we go, that's better. So little tiny labels here. So we've had these before. We've had wine labels, we've had beer labels. So if you want to make wine bottles for Christmas, we have got those as well. Perhaps you want to do them as table centres or something, or, you know, people sit down to eat their Christmas dinner. There we go. So that's what the champagne label looks like. There we go. Can we see that okay? Yeah. Good. Excellent. Cut that back. Right. So we're going to take hold of this. We're going to add a little bit of leaf green to it. Have I cut the end off this? Yeah, I have. Yeah. Just a little bit to start with, see what we get. Can always paint these with, well, we are going to paint these with some cocoa butter as well. So our cocoa butter system is set up next to me. I'm going to just bring this in so you can start looking at it whilst I mix this in. So let's bring this in. Hold on, I'm going to have a bit of a move here with everything. There we go, just about. So this is a cocoa butter painting system. So under here we've got a chrome food warmer. The chrome food warmer is something that you can get on Amazon. I think we might have to stock them eventually, but never mind. Metal paint palette is this one here. Okay, so that's being kept hot by the tea light that's underneath it. So there's a tea light there. If you see it, if I pull it back, it's making this hot, which is making the cocoa butter melt, which means in turn we can then paint with it. Now I've got 3 dusting colours in at the moment, but I am going to change and add gold in a second. So I have got red, moss green and white in today for another project we're going to be doing in a minute. But I'm going to add in Wonder Dust Bright Gold, which is a really nice colour. And we just use this to kind of create highlights and things on cookies and biscuits and all sorts of other things. So the wreath piping was done with leaf green.
Yeah, everything's leaf green.
Everything is leaf green except the dust on here, which is moss green. That's moss green in there because that's the colour we like for painting. Whoops, there we go, sticking to me a little bit this morning. Right, I'm going to just move this out of the way. I'll move those down there. Oops. I will move this up a little bit. Right, so I'm going to put the lid on this because I can't remember what I've just done with it. Oh, there it is. Right, let's put the lid on. Okay, put that in my box. Keep giving this a bit of a knee, so put those up there. If it gets a bit sticky, just take a little bit of icing sugar.
Oh, Trex is to stop it getting on your hands, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean it won't get on my hands because there's not enough dark colour really to cause too many problems today. It's just a little bit. go. So just give that a little bit of a mix. We're going to do the glass slightly differently this time to what we've done before. So if you've seen these before, we are putting a bit of a spin on them, so it gives you some different ideas as ever. Okay, so we'll start with the bottle, and we're going to go down here like this, across. Make sure it doesn't stick to the board. Seems to be okay, but we'll put a little bit on the back just to stop it. When we cut it, sometimes you have a job to move it. I don't really want that. So pop that on there, put the bottle cutter on. Oh, I need to make it a little bit bigger. Not quite there. There we go, that's better. Take that, place on top, and then give it a wiggle. Like so. Take that off. Any bits that haven't quite pulled away is a little bit down that side. You can always just take your cutting wheel and just go round and just trim it up if you need to. There you go, ever so quick. Like so. Bring the bottle in, take hold of some of the royal icing, and then we'll just pop that on top. There we go. And then we'll lift that onto there like so. Now, because this is a champagne bottle, we want to have some of the sort of like ruching and stuff that they have on this top part of this bottle here, and we're going to paint that a different colour. So if you just kind of take a Dresden tool, just kind of pull it around up there a little bit. The champagne bottles normally go down to a point, don't they?
What do you mean to a point?
Do they? Well, you're the champagne bottle expert because you open them at work. What's the top look like? Is it just long, isn't it? Yeah.
Why would it point?
No, I'm thinking of a label.
Oh, you're thinking of a label. I was thinking what?
No. I know what I'm thinking, Cal.
I don't pop them.
You need to mind read me. Don't you? Oh no, because they're done by the wine department, aren't they? Okay.
I'm not that experienced.
Okay, so we're going to grab some of the Wonder Dust Gold. So we'll get some of that out.
Bright gold, yeah?
Bright gold. Put some of that on there. There we go. And then we'll grab some of our paintbrushes. So we have paintbrushes for cocoa butter painting. We have them in sets of 5. We also have them individually. So if you want to just buy one, then you're very welcome to. But we also have a set of 5 paintbrushes that we use for our classes, and they're all numbered, so they've got different numbers on them. We're going to pick up paintbrush number 2. I'm going to grab some of this bright gold, and we're just going to mix it with some of the gold dusting colour. Sorry, it's 10:30. How did that happen? Is it really 10:30?
20 past 10.
Oh my god, we need to speed up.
Get painting, girl.
Right, we're going to speed up now. I have to go to a wedding.
I'll just start holding up different products in the background.
Okay, all right.
Candy cane, penguins,
Yeah.
tree.
Don't know where the time's gone this morning, but it's disappeared very quickly all of a sudden. Okay. Okay, and then the little label that then goes across your bottle of champagne is then there.
So now we're acting as if the New Year's party is happening in half an hour.
Yeah.
And you've gone, oh my god, I drank a bottle of wine last night. I'm so hungover, but I need to make everyone a gift.
Yeah, this is it.
This is what we're channeling.
We're channeling gifts here. Okay. And you could always put names and bits and pieces on these if you particularly wanted to. And also you can then paint your champagne bottle with different... I'm going to try, now I realise what the time is.
What are you painting?
I'm just going to put a bit more green on it.
What about just putting the white pearls on it?
We'll do the white pearls. Now it needs a tiny bit of green. Only a tiny bit of green. Little bit of green, Kelly. She's looking at me. So you can then just put a bit of colour onto your bottle. Just so it doesn't look quite so flat. Let's turn it around. See, that looks so much better. Okay. bottom maybe. That's better. Okay, so you can always paint them up and make them look a bit more realistic as well, but that's the bottle one turned into a champagne bottle. So we have the bottle one where this is the same cutter, but we've just got champagne labels available now. So if you wanted to do a champagne bottle for New Year, you can do that. Right, now I'm going to rapidly move on to the glass because...
Are you not doing
No, I'm going to do them on the glass.
I thought you were doing...
Oh, am I going to do... Oh, okay, all right, I'm with you, yeah. No, we're not quite there yet.
Hang on a minute.
I'm being told off by my...
Assistant.
Right, we're going to do bubbles.
Because champagne is not champagne without bubbles.
Without bubbles. So I'm just going to take a little bit of royal icing. Have you got the... Oh, I've seen
I
them.
thought you always have them on hand.
I do. They're like glue.
They're like the one you always have.
I have these permanently out whenever I'm making cakes now because I've literally put them on everything. I just love them. They're so cool. So we just put a little bit of... There we go. A few pearls coming down there. Yeah, that's better. Well spotted, Kelly.
Thank you.
I knew you were here for a reason.
Oh.
Other than to hug me.
Do a motivational hug before the live. I don't think we actually had one today.
No, we're behind today. There we go. All right, so there you've got your champagne and your bubbles there. That's better. There we go. Okay, so if you want to add bubbles to your champagne bottle, then you need to be using the white Perels for those. Right, let's put that there. Yes, you're right, Kelly, because we're going to do something else for this, aren't we, in the other one?
This is my idea.
This is Kelly's idea. So, for the other one, where's that white sugar paste gone? Right. So, we're going to put some sugar paste on it again. Let's get rid of that. Give that a bit of a knead to start with. Yes, we've got a slightly shorter edition today just because I've got to race off to a wedding. The gold members, if I can get on alive, I will, depending on when I turn up at the venue to see what's going on.
It depends how many people are there.
Yeah, sometimes it's quite difficult to do.
Or it's like dead silent. And
yeah.
Hello?
It's or we get no Wi-Fi. Some of the venues around here, they are literally in the middle of nowhere, aren't they, Kelly?
Field, yeah.
Oh dear, we went to one in the middle of a field last week.
And I couldn't even get out of the car because there were horses everywhere.
No, Kelly couldn't get out of the car because there was horses everywhere and she's allergic to horses. And then I didn't have a signal in there, but that was the Harry Potter wedding. That was
quite cool.
Amazing. Right, let's pop that on there, like so. Okay, I've moved that a little bit. I think I've rescued it just about. Right, I should never do things in a hurry. That's what I think. Right, I'm going to put that on there. Right, let's see if I can catch the bottom of that wine glass. Could be a green on the back of this, but that's okay because we won't see it. And I'm just going to press in the stem of the glass at the bottom. And then at the top, I'm hoping to catch the rim, which I have done. Perfect. Let's send it that way. There we go. Gosh, I'm making a mess of this now, aren't I? There we go, that's better. Right, let's tidy it up a little bit. Don't do things in a rush, she says.
Do you use some white fat?
No, why would I need that? Oh, what, for the, oh, I see what you mean. No, it's next to me. For the gold. Kelly?
Yeah.
No, I've got it, it's in front of me. Okay. Right, that's our glass on there. Don't look at my cookie because I made it, so it'll be rubbish. Because Kelly's been knitting all week, haven't you, Kelly? That's why.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to take hold of a little bit of Trex, which is white fat.
But you can always just paint it on as well.
You can paint it on as well, but we'll just show you a different way of doing things. I'm just going to paint it on that part of the glass there. And then I'm just going to take hold of a piece of kitchen roll, just fold that up to there to try and keep the gold under control as best I can. Grab hold of some of the dust and then very carefully you can just pop that onto the glass. In fact, I don't think we're going to fill up the whole glass anyway, are
No,
we?
because you would have drunk some.
Because we'd have drunk some at that point. So we'll go up to, let's have a look. How's that looking, Kelly? Is that enough glass, do you think?
Is that enough glass?
Is that enough in your glass?
Yes, I reckon so.
Yeah. Okay, tiny bit more on that side maybe. Okay. Like so. I'm just going to mark the bottom out a bit clearer. So we can see that. There we go. And the bit across the top, which is all on the cutter. It's just that I'm racing to get through things now. All right, so that's that. And then we were going to use the gold stars for this.
Just to make it a bit more like, woo, Happy New Year's.
Let's find the gold stars that are open that I can get into. There we go. So we're going to use gold stars and... So I'm just trying to find my brush again.
Someone said my glass will be empty. Drunk it all.
Drunk it all by now. Okay.
What do you need?
That's right, I'm just trying to find a brush that's not huge. Okay, and then you can put some of these stars.
I just think it's more like New Year's party-esque if it's like gold.
Yeah, we'll go New Year's party with this one.
I mean, you can always just, like, if you look on the website where I linked the cutter, it's already been done in a different way, so down to your own interpretation.
We just thought it might be quite nice to have a different look on these this week, as these are things that you've already got that you can do something with. I think it needs a few white Perels on here as well.
Do you know, I was about to say.
Me personally.
No, I think so as well.
Keep moving things, Kelly.
What do you need? White Perels?
Yeah, but I had them 2 seconds ago. What have I done with them now? I haven't knocked them on the floor because I'd have heard them go. And you would have heard me yelp in the middle of the live. Thank you. Thank you.
It's always good to have a hoover on hand.
Oh, it is when they're involved. And then we'll put a few little sparkles up there. Just put a bit of royal icing on there and put the sprinkles on top.
So, white Perels.
I think we've used white Perels on everything, from snow globes
I think
to...
white Perels are just one of those, it's like an essential part of your kit. You know, you've got your Dresden tools and your white Perels.
And your white Perels, yeah. Well, it is now.
Cocoa butter
yeah.
kit and your white Perels.
There we go. Put a few more on there. And then you can always see little bubbles. They're like bubbles.
Do you know, you could always put them, yeah, that looks so nice. It's like the stars are part of it as well. Like the stars are the bubbles too.
And then what I'll do is I'll just paint the lower half of the glass just so it all comes together, which we'll do in gold as well. Okay. So we'll just bring that down to the bottom. Just take the stem down there and go across the bottom here. So we've got a very nice base to the glass. I don't want it to just disappear and not look like it's part of the display. There we go. So we've got a nice sparkly gold glass of
nice
fizz for New Year. So there you go. It's a nice sparkly thing of fizz ready for New Year, plus a
champagne bottle.
And then if you're a non-drinker and you like a hot chocolate,
yeah,
you've got that instead.
That can always be like I was going to say mulled wine, but you don't drink mulled wine in a glass like that, do you?
I can't stand mulled wine. It smells.
I like the smell of it, but I hate the taste of it.
No. Right, okay, we're going to move on again quickly. So
that was...
We're going to have a look at a chocolate wording.
Can I side note as well, sorry. About the Prosecco glass, they're a nice wedding gift. Wedding favours, don't you think?
Yeah.
The Prosecco glass.
That's it. Okay, so we have got here the Noel mould, which we have actually got last year. But
do you want me to paint it?
No, because we haven't got time. I'm going to do it very, very quickly. So we're going to paint this using paintbrush. I don't want that one. That's number 3. That's too big. Paintbrush number 1. That's better. And what we're going to do is we're just going to put some holly on it. So if you wanted to have this onto a cake, for example,
or down a chocolate log. I know I keep saying chocolate.
It's quite big for a chocolate log.
Really? What about
standing up in front of a chocolate log?
What
maybe?
about on a roulade. Roulades are quite large.
Yeah, you could do it like that.
Or
So all I'm going to do,
in your pavlova, sorry.
all I'm going to do, and I can get this going, is I'm just going to literally paint a little bit of holly in each corner, she says.
She says with hope. No, you could use your dotting tools for that.
I am going to use my dotting tools, but I need to actually paint the leaves first,
Spoil.
don't I? I'll put a bit more white in there to get it going. So it's very straightforward, doesn't need to be that difficult. It's quite clear what it says on here. So I'm just trying to find out what's in this brush that's making it tricky for me to paint.
Which green are you using? Woodland or?
Moss.
Moss.
Moss green with white in it.
Moss green doesn't come in the cocoa butter painting kit, but you can buy it separately.
No, the woodland green is in the painting kit.
And so is spring green.
And
I mean, you can mix your own colour, but...
How's that coming out? You can't see yet, Kelly, can you?
No.
I think what I might do is, because we're short of time today, is I'll just paint one, but you'll get the idea of what you can do.
Well, what you can do is paint the N and paint the L, like just a bit of holly on the L as well, like on the bottom. So it's like top and bottom.
I want to put holly on everything then.
Yeah, I know, but if you painted it there,
Mhm.
I think it would look quite nice.
Let's just change brush for a second. I think that one may be cursed. I can feel it.
Cursed brush.
Cursed brush is not doing what I want it to do, so let me switch brushes.
Tracey Mann and the cursed brush.
Yeah, that's better. I think there's something wrong with that brush.
Probably used it for something else.
Oh, I know.
And that is a good example of why you should only keep your brushes for cocoa butter.
I don't know what I've done to that brush, but there's something not right with it. Right, let's do this properly.
Someone said about turning this mould into a hole-in-one.
Yeah, you could do that.
Do you know, when I first saw this, I thought Mama bought a mould that said hello.
Yeah, because you could do a couple of those and write the word hello. Now I am going to just go back here with my scriber and just scratch out some of the chocolate that's gone in the wrong places here. So if you do make a mistake, you can go back and just scratch out anything you've done that you're not happy with and go back and sort it out, which is what I'm doing at the moment in this corner with my cursed paintbrush.
Is the patchwork cutter, you know, the midi, Christmas midi, that's got holly in it, hasn't it?
Yes.
You could always cut those out. And
Yeah, you could cut those out and stick those on instead.
that could be quite nice. If you wanted something like more 3D, I guess.
I'm gonna
you could
do-
them in flower paste.
I'm going to do the end one just for you.
Thank you, Mum.
Is that okay?
Oh, yeah.
Just so you don't feel left out.
Oh, I never feel left out, Mummy, don't
That's
worry.
okay, good. Right, okay. Now, I was going to use the dotting tools, but
Why don't you use sprinkles?
no, definitely not, because they'll fall off. We will use paint. Right.
Dot. What was I just talking about?
I don't know. Right, let's grab a little bit of red. So you can either do the red with a very small paintbrush, or if you have got a set of dotting tools, you can use those to do the little berries. I'm just putting a bit of white in there just to brighten it up a little bit, lighten it up, whatever the word is, Kelly. You always tell me off. Right.
Because you always say the opposite.
I know. So I'm just going to take my dotting tool. I think I've got some.
Did we run out of dotting tools, or are they?
No,
They just must be in a different place.
we've definitely still got those.
Because I always sold out.
No, I got more in. We've shown the benefits of these on every season, I think, so far. And then you can just take hold of, oh, I've used the wrong end. Take hold of the tool. Some ends are bigger than the other. And then you can just press them in and make little tiny berries. Now, if you have more time to do this than the amount of time I've allotted for myself for this, you would be able to decorate this beautifully, I'm sure. The idea was to do holly on every letter rather.
you get the idea.
But
You could always paint. This was my idea with it. So you maybe like holly, maybe like you do it like stripy green, gold and red, and then you do like the E with like those spots on it.
Yeah, there's all sorts of things you could do with it. Yeah, exactly. But just to keep it very simple, if you were trying to do something along those lines, then you can just use holly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're looking at me and shaking your head, Kelly. No.
Yeah.
To tell me something. Also, if you know anybody called Leon, you
Yeah. No, I was gonna say you can make the holly bits bigger. That's why I was like, you can't really see the holly on camera. That's why.
Oh, I'll do some bigger. No, I'll do one bigger just for
You
you.
can't particularly see it.
Right, just for you. Oh, I've picked up that cursed paintbrush again. I'm sure there's something in that brush. I'm going to have to investigate it when we come off camera. Right, what's the time? Okay, I've got to keep an eye on time. Okay, just for you, Kelly.
Thank you. It's just like in the ends.
It's so cold in here.
Yeah.
That everything is setting very, very quickly. That's what's happening. I think that's...
Still can't find these dotting tools.
Right, we'll do a bigger one just for Kelly. Like that. Yeah, it's very cold in here today, so what's happening is everything is setting very, very quickly. So there is a holly and mistletoe set from Patchwork Cutters, which you could cut out and you could put on this lettering if you particularly wanted to.
You could make them in flower paste so they stand up.
Yeah.
Well, not stand up, but you know, more 3D.
And this is the problem in here. It's cold. I can see what's happening now.
It's okay, Mum. Just move on to the next thing.
That's right. Just paint very quickly. But yeah, sometimes when it gets really cold, which we are obviously experiencing at the moment, the minute you would take the heat away from the cocoa butter, it's going to be more tricky to paint with. Now, if you want to try and extend its life a little bit, you can add in a drop of oil, but I mean only a tiny drop. Don't go mad with it, but sometimes that will help you.
The consistency, that might be the only problem.
Yeah, but it might help you just to get it to last a tiny bit longer. There we go. I'm just going to do these dots with... Anyway, you get the idea. So you could paint that going all the way along there on that particular bit there, okay? So that's the Noel sign, and I think that is that it? Am I done with everything? I can't remember now. Yeah, candy cane we were going to show. Okay, so the only other thing we haven't shown you, it's there, it's right in front of me, is the candy cane. There's the candy cane there, which you can again paint red or, red and white. So you'd paint these sections here red, and then you would do white over the top. And we have done this before, multiple times. The candy cane mould, I think it's got 4 candy canes or 3.
I think it's 3, but I'm looking for the mould right now.
Kelly's looking for the mould and she'll find it for you on there.
I think it's 3.
So if you wanted to paint candy cane moulds, you would do that in the same way with the cocoa butter, and you would be able to then create yourself some little candy canes to go along with your Father Christmases. There you go, little Father Christmases
I think
there.
they'd be nice in treat boxes and things.
Now, last week when we showed you the snow globes, I just want to show you very quickly. Let me find this. Grab that. So we did the very small snow globes on the cakes, the little tiny ones here.
I can't find a candy cane one.
Okay, well, I can't look for you. You have to look yourself. There you go. Those are the little tiny ones there. Now, if anyone's got any of the large snow globes, so if anyone's bought this sheet here, you can get these onto cupcakes, but you have to cut them down with a circle cutter. So if you put them on like that, take hold of a scriber or an edible pen. Actually, an edible pen, I might be able to see it a bit better with an edible pen. And just go around the outside edge of this. This is a 2-inch round cutter. So you can go all the way around the outside edge there. Like so. Don't forget to remove the backing paper, very important. Okay, let's take that out. We've got to end on a wreath, haven't we, for goodness sake, Kelly?
Which one are you? Okay.
I'm showing how you can use the
Yeah,
large
no, I was
ones
just
as
trying
well.
to find which pattern you.
It's the Santa and Snowman.
God, I must have gotten really bad at my job or something. Oh, I finally found the dotting tools.
Okay. And then I'm going to just take hold of. So we had loads of new sheets this year. We've had, we had the Santa and Snowman from last year. We had Teddy's and Christmas Cottage this year, which were the new sheets for the snow globes. So if you fancy, if you've got any of these sheets left over, so if you've been making snow globes, if you bought them for that, you can use these on cupcakes as well. So I'm just going to put one on there for you so you can see what it looks like. Can use the cutter to cut it out, like so. It's just a bit of backing, it's nothing particularly complicated. There we go. I'm just going to take that to use first bit of water. A little bit of water on there, just a tiny bit, just to hold it in place. I took the backing sheet off. Yes, I did. Very important. There's my cupcake there. So you've got a choice here at this point. You can either dye your buttercream a colour, or you can do this with, you could do it with royal icing, but the only thing I'd say with the royal icing is to make sure that you have actually put some glycerin in it, otherwise it's going to dry like a brick and it won't be very nice for you. So
And you might break your teeth.
Might break your teeth, but you can do it with royal icing, and I would be able to do it with royal icing if I could see my piping bag, and this is where I need my Kelly for her second
Well, I
set.
just stand over the top of you.
Yeah, well, I had it, didn't I, in the... I'm not going mad, am I? Well, I probably am. Oh, I've got it. Perfect. Right, so if you want to do royal icing instead, you can. So I'm just going to put a little blob on the top there. I'm going to put our snowman on there, like so.
Sorry.
You can do this in white buttercream as well if you want to, but I'm just showing you can also do this with royal icing because not everybody likes buttercream. So
Another thing is, if you want to do these en masse, different patterns, we sell a set of snow globe pictures which are 24 images.
yeah,
That's those, which are the...
set of, yeah.
So that's 3 lots.
But you will need to cut them down. If you're buying them on the discs, you will need to cut these down. They are
To about 2
too
inches.
big to just use as they are, so you will need to cut them down. So we're going to imagine now what I'm going to do. Actually, I'm going to do this really badly. I'm going to put these just around the outside edge here, and then I'm going to fluff it up a little bit like snow. So I'm not going to pipe this with anything particularly clever. I'm just going to go round the edge with my icing like that. So I'd like it to be a bit more kind of Frosty the Snowman type look.
How long would you say that cookies will last when they're decorated and placed into a gift bag? Because they're then sealed.
Week to 10 days,
Week to 10 days as well.
if not a little bit longer if they're sealed.
Let's say max 12 days.
Yeah, something like that. So I'm going to take, depends on the recipe as well, I'm going to take the palette knife and I'm just going to fluff up my icing so I've got a bit of snow going on
Do you
here.
want snowflakes?
Do you like that idea? Look,
Yeah, it's nice. There you go.
well, it's a wreath, isn't it, as such?
It's a form of a wreath. It's a circle, basically.
It's a circle wreath.
There you go.
I don't know, I like that. Okay,
Perels, and you got snowflakes.
okay, thank you.
Got to sort you out.
And there you have. Right, we're just going to put a few little perels around the outside edge. This is the snow scene, the classic royal ice snow scene. Some people of a certain generation will know what that means.
This is, do you know, I always have memories of Mum whenever she does snow cakes, when she gets to the board, just like the noise of, or like the movement of when you do that on like
I love that.
on a board
See, look, that looks lovely.
around a gingerbread house.
Something,
When I-
oops, it's come back down here. Something completely different. There we go.
There's no issues, don't worry.
All right, so, and then we can put a few snowflakes on there as well. If you've got a few little perels or snowflakes you can pop on there, you can do that as well, like so. And then glitter and all the other bits and pieces that go with
All
it.
the essentials.
All the essentials. So there you go. So you've got a couple more cupcake ideas there. Kelly, stop mucking about with that sound.
No, it's because someone said that they're struggling with
I know, but all I can hear is myself here. So yeah, you can see two different type cupcakes there. One very random, very snowy. Another one a bit more like a Christmas wreath, but still using the like an old-fashioned Christmas cake.
Yeah, I think
exactly
it's
what
nice if you did like a Christmas cake, even if you did a small one this year, and then you maybe did cupcakes around the side. You can do them in the same sort of way.
Yeah, so there you go. Right, okay, so let's have a quick recap because I have to go off and deliver a cake. So we're just saying that next week we are going to be doing a live purely on the Cake School. So if you want to tune in for a live next week, we will be doing it on the Cake School that week. So it will be all about our membership, all about the classes we've had this year, and all about the classes that are coming next year. So lots of stuff on there will be things about downloadable vouchers, lots of things you don't need Royal Mail for. If you are thinking of doing something like cocoa butter painting in January and you want a kit, cocoa butter kit, please order that as soon as possible to make sure we can get it there for you.
Get a New Year's resolution hobby.
That's it, that's what we're aiming for. So come January, we will be starting the beginners cocoa butter painting course for everybody who wants to have a go. It's a challenge, so you've got 6 weeks to do 4 pictures. So we're pushing you into it and saying, right, come on, we've given you a deadline, and anyone who completes it by the deadline, you will get a lovely certificate at the end of it. So there's lots of opportunities there for you to be able to have a go at doing your beginners cocoa butter painting. And the 4 projects involved are these 4 here. You will need to sign up for the course, whether that's you buy the course or you sign up for membership. It's entirely up to you, and you will need to make sure that you've also got your cocoa butter painting kit and all the colours for the cocoa butter Tracy, for the cocoa butter kit course are in the kit. That doesn't make sense. All the colours. I'm going to try once more. All
that you want for the kit.
No, you've done it wrong now. Stop it.
All the colours you want for the cocoa butter painting course are in the cocoa butter painting kit.
Well done. One of us has done it. We got there in the end. Honest to God. Right, there we go. So you need the kit to do the course. There you go. That's easy, isn't it? Or we'll tell you what the colours are, and then you can go and get your colours. We'll get there eventually. So there you go. So yes, it will be a special all about the school next week. Then we've shown you today a few bits and pieces. We've shown you the Christmas mug so that you can see how to use the imaging there. We've shown you how to do the glass and bottle if you want to do them for New Year's. So perhaps you want to make some sparkly glasses or some champagne bottle instead. And then we've also shown you some cupcake ideas with the snowman with the snowy effect around the outside edge using the snow globe cookie cutters. So some other ways you can use
wreaths.
to make wreaths. Thank you. But bearing in mind with the large ones, you must cut them down. They are too big for normal cupcakes. You will need to put a cutter over the top of them and reduce the size of them. And it works very well with the Santa and the Snowman one. The Teddy one, it tends to chop his head off a little bit and his feet, but you can kind of get the idea what you can do with that. So have a look at your snow globe sheets if you've got them and see if you can manage to work out how to put them onto cookies and cupcakes as well. Anyone struggling with the sheets, just remember we have given you advice on them. Please make sure they're kept sealed in the bags the whole time. Once we've sent them out to you, you'll get them in a cardboard envelope and a plastic bag. Please keep them sealed when you are not using them. If you leave them lying out, then they will change. They will either get stuck to the board or they'll become quite crispy. So it's very important that you keep them inside of those bags and sealed before you use them. Once you use them, then that's fine. You don't have to worry about that anymore. We are looking forward to seeing all your creations over the next few weeks to see how, we've already seen some already. So we're looking forward to seeing how you're getting on with all your Christmas projects over the next few weeks. We are done on Let's Shop now for Christmas, with the exception of next week, which will be about classes, information to do with how to price your cakes, beginners cocoa butter painting, membership, etc. So I will
maybe even colour theory. So I will be back next week, she says, at 10 o'clock to go through that again with you. And that will be our last one before Christmas. Please make sure if you are ordering that you expect we will deliver, or we will send out our stuff on Monday. But please, I did do a big speech on the Royal Mail at the start. Please bear in mind that we are under massive problems with the Royal Mail, but things are getting through, but it's very, very slowly. And the number one message to you all is please ask your postman what is going on with your local sorting office. Okay, once you've established what's going on there, then you will be able to work out roughly when your delivery might be coming, bearing in mind it has to go through our sorting office first to get to yours.
And it has to sometimes go on trains, and that causes problems as well, as we all know. So there are various things in the pipeline that are slowing things up at the moment. So please, once again, I keep asking, please be as patient as you possibly can. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you very much.
Oh, she's so sweet. Sitting there with a little hat on her head. Right, okay. So we'll be back next week at 10 o'clock. We will be doing a live on Patchwork Cutters later in the week. Not too sure when that's going to be yet, but it will be announced on Patchwork Cutters Club. There will be no live this week on Tuesday evening on our Facebook page. We've stopped those now before Christmas, and next week will be our last live before Christmas. So, I know. So thank you very much, everyone. The address for shopping is written up there on the screen now, and we will get those things out to you as fast as we possibly can. Take care. Have a lovely day. It's very cold, so wrap up warm and in your lovely sparkly Christmas jumpers like mine.